Hello everyone, you be here. As I promised you, I have prepared one journal which generally we follow while taking the trades. So the last video, I hope you have liked that video. It was about the mistakes of the beginner trader. That's a psychology, trading psychology, which is very difficult to work on. But if you consistently follow some instruction, you follow some stick notes, you will be able to do right things at right time. Yeah, definitely sometime, the entry will be late, exits also will be early, but slowly and gradually you can control your trading psychology. Now, the topic which is about trading journal. So, how a trader should spend time on analyzing the mistakes. It is not just saying this was the mistake which I have made in my Tata Motors trade, in my ICICI Bank trade, or maybe in my Bank Nifty. So, what you need to do is you need to follow some kind of method, systematic method. So, anything which is you can measure, you can really work on those measurable things. Unless and until you find out the errors, you will not be able to work on those errors, those mistakes which you have done while taking the trades. So, this video talks about the trading journal. Now, in the trading journal, there are four very important aspects. The first one is on a trader is not like a person who will just get up in the morning 9 o'clock and just watch the market, some updates and quickly take the trade. It is not like that. It is something a serious business. So one day prior in the evening, if you spend half an hour, 1 hour for short listing of the stocks, or maybe analyzing your own buddy stocks, it will be very easy for you to decide your trade setups. Or if you are a nifty trader or bank nifty trader, you analyze one day prior. You don't have to be continuously into it. So one day prior, if you analyze, you can write down the setups or maybe the charts on which you will be focusing next day. So it reduces your focus. Basically, it concentrates your focus. It reduces your juggling between different stocks. So a person should write down on what setup. There are some setup which work. I teach those setups in my trading courses. So some setups based, if you're a price action trader, if you're a swing trader, if you're an intraday trader, still you will have to find out the which stocks you're going to focus for the next day. The criteria you will learn through in the classes how to select the stocks. So in the buddy stock, if you focus on your buddy stock, you can take intraday trades, swing trades also. Now, when I'm talking about the short listing, this is something which I have done for the last week. I was completely focused last week on the Nifty IT and IT sector and some pharma stocks. Generally, I don't prefer to trade intraday in pharma sector. I prefer to take maybe swing trades in pharma. So the chart which I was following for last few couple of days was one of this chart was Divi's Lab. So a trader must understand analyzing one day prior. Now, what you are going to analyze, that you have to study, you have to learn how to analyze, how to select, what to do, and is it bullish trade or is it a bearish trade. So you will write down your setups like this. So shortlisting few stocks, not 10 stock, 20 stocks, few stocks. Next day morning, update yourself with the current affairs, right? Global happenings, and then decide your trade activity. So this is how the previous day of the trader has to be. So if you write down, your focus will be very, you'll focus on very limited stocks rather than jumping into different stocks. It's a monkey trading. You will avoid doing that. One day prior, this activity for short listing. Next day, when you will take a trade, you will focus only on those stocks. So you will create your trade log basically. So you take a trade, the trade actually activates. So these factors will help you analyze end of the day what you have done and end of the week what you have done. So in a week, if you have done some swing trade, in a week if you've done 100 intraday trades, you will understand you are good at intraday or you're good at swing or you're good at you are following the fear factor. So you will write down each and every factor. So what is a trade journal basically? So it whatever trades you take, you need to write it down. If you're not good at Excel, nothing to worry. You can just simply write down on a piece of paper, on a diary, where you can just maintain your notes. What exactly you should write is the shortlisted stocks. Have you really taken the trade in those stocks, or you have taken some other stocks? So sometimes you analyze maybe Mindtree and you take a trade in ICICI Bank. If that is the mistake, then that is your first mistake. You analyze something else, you've taken something else, right? So write down on what basis you are taking the trade, what segment you're going to do. This is about your risk taking appetite and your position sizing. So you decide your trade entry and exit. So this is a trade setup which is last week has been done, and I have already posted in my Midas group the analysis on those charts, and a few more charts also I have posted. So some of the charts like Divi's Lab, Ipka Lab, then Mindtree, Dixon, Bajaj Finance, maybe Reliance also, and Bank Nifty trades. So these charts analyzed based on some setups. Now entry reason is already mentioned because you have done analysis. So that is the reason you're following. If that entry gets activated, then only you will take a trade, or else you will not take a trade. It is as simple as that. Don't feel left out because the market has jumped up, or don't feel left out because the market has gone down. So don't feel like, okay, I wanted to do the short sale, or maybe I wanted to go long on the chart. So don't feel left out because market has a lot of opportunities. Just wait for some time, let your trade get activated, and then do that trade. So when you take a trade, your heartbeats will be higher, because if you are jumping without analyzing. So maintain a record why you have taken a trade. So entry reason has to be maintained. Okay, when you write down entry reason, you need to write down whether you have followed the setup or you have just taken an extempo trade. Now Bank Nifty was the extempo trade for me in the last week, because there was a gap, and then I have taken on based on the gap, right? So I have written it. Although it was extempo trade, whether I made money or loss, that is also been mentioned here. So your entry, your exit, and the profit and loss you have made can be seen here. So profit and loss is calculated by multiplication. I have added the formula also. Based on long and short, the formula a little bit you need to modify, or you can do conditional formatting also. So entry reasons are mentioned. You need to write down entry reason, because why it is important, because sometimes you take a trade and you close within 20 points, within 30 points, because your maybe your target is again far away, but the stock fluctuates and your fear factor takes charge of your emotion, and then that emotion controls your trade. All right. So entry, setup, exit, you followed what reason, and what is the learning out of the learning. Basically, you can write it here in the this setup followed or not, or you can write down here as a daily learning. So I have also closed it collab trade early, although my targets are 800. All right. So this is something, why I've done that. Was it a fear factor? Was it happiness factor? Was it like, I am done with the trade. I don't want to follow the slow chart, something like that. Collab is a very low beta chart, counter. Okay. I prefer to trade in high beta counters. So what is low beta, high beta? I will cover that topic as well in the future. So a person needs to understand risk taking appetite. That will decide whether they plan to go for one lot, two lot, three lot, four lot, five lot. This happens basically in Nifty, Bank Nifty. And if you are an option trader, you can write down the segment as option. Okay, generally these are all future trades. Some are cash trades, so I have written it down. Option trade, you can write down option trade. So position size is one lot, 10 lot, two lot. So all my trades were one lot, so I have written only one lot. So you can just color code also your trade setup. So it will be very easy for you to just go and filter it out. Suppose I want to find out whether I'm good at long or short. So I'll just remove it and I'll just mark it. Okay, show me long trades, whether I have made money or not. So this long trade will help me understand, okay, I am good at long trades and which setup I am following. So if you want to really find out which setup works good for you, you can just find out, okay, you can just find out the entry reasons. So you will understand, okay, I follow the setup, but then which setup works better for me. So this journal, end of the week, end of the day, you need to just learn, understand. Unless and until you analyze your own behavior, how will you decide whether you are behaving good or bad? Okay. So what I generally say is, look at it as a third party. Look at your trade as a third party trade. Suppose the way somebody asked me, I have taken this trade and gone wrong here, because I am the third party in the trade. I can see it without giving any uh, uh, emotional attachment to that trade. So whatever trades you have taken, analyze it logically, because while taking the trade, you cannot do that. You have to always, your emotions will come in the picture. So this kind of trade logs will help you analyze. Now, if you find it very complicated handling the Excel, nothing to worry. You just have to write down Purchase typical app at 100, sold at 120. What is the reason? Why you sold it? Just write it down on a piece of paper. I mean, a diary, not a piece of paper, because the diary you will have, that journal will help you what mistakes you have done. And then if you don't want to write down each and everything, at least write down the reasons what went wrong in your trade or what went correct in your trade. So this will help you analyze your behavior as a trader. Okay, only you can work on your own behavior. All right. So beyond that is your daily learning. If you really want to learn, write down few pointers. Don't write essays. Just write down very simple thing. The way I have written Bajaj Finance cash trade. Sometimes you may not be having huge amount of money to take the future and option trade. Or not option, future trade. So avoid going for options. Go for cash. You can just make money also in cash trades. So depending on risk appetite, depending on your analysis, you can write down these factors. Previous day learning, trade logs, and daily learnings will help you analyze your own behavior. That's how you control your psychology. Beyond that, if you really want to analyze, what I have done on that particular day, so then you can just create these picture images. So the images of the chart before you have initiated a trade, right? On what basis you want to take the trade. So write it down and find out whether you marked your targets or stop losses. So here is the trade of Divi's Lab, which I have posted in my Mitas group also, where the analysis was posted well in advance, and was expecting the breakdown on the chart, and the fantastic breakdown on the chart of Divi's Lab and fantastic downfall. So some of the people have missed that trade opportunity. But if you write it down, next time if you find similar chart pattern, you can have that confidence to take the trade. So probably you might have closed the trade setup early. So write it down. How to trail the stop loss. You will understand. I am not able to trail the stop loss. You just have to modify your stop losses once your trade is in your favor. So are you doing that? In intraday, it is a bit difficult to trail the stop losses for some people. But yeah, swing trading, it is very easy to trail the stop losses. So this is a setup. This is a very simple sorted trade journal a person should maintain if they are serious about trading, if they seriously want to learn something about themselves, about their own psychology. So don't look at the chart only for, see, learning is very easy. You understand, okay, there is breakdown, there was a trend, and then trend line broken, and then you understand it's a bear flag. But whether you have taken a trade or not, that's one question. Second one, if you are taken a trade, have you closed it early? That's the second question, right? Then your target achieved, but you still was holding the trade with greed. So sometimes these factors will help you understand, analyze yourself. So this journal is for individuals who want to be a good trader, want to analyze their behavior over a period of time. So if you maintain this for 3 months, trust me, you'll be a good person, individual in your life. You will look at your trade mistakes. You look at your greed. You look at your fear factor as a third party. When I say it's a greed, you will like, okay, yes, it's greed, and tomorrow again you will follow the same thing, greed. Sometime you will find, okay, the stop loss was there in front of me, but I did not take the stop loss. I was holding the trade and I made big loss. So when you have made a big loss, you have not taken the proper calculated stop loss. So that shows that you are not good at risk management. So risk management is absolutely important when you are taking a trade. So being there, okay, and if you really want to play and do trading, your capital you need to save. Capital will get wiped out, and then you will be out of the game. So a trader journal is a good practice to be a professional trader. A lot of professional traders follow this, and nothing bad, and it will not take much of your time. So a lot of people think, इतना कौन करेगा? इतना कौन करेगा अगर आप ये बोलोगे? So this is going to be then you are not taking this as a serious business. And come on, I mean, this is just 10 minutes time. Just write down where you have taken a trade, what went wrong, and just 10 minutes. If somebody shouts at you on your WhatsApp, just ping something bad to you, you write 100 messages with the speed of 100 keywords in 1 second. So if that is the speed you follow for writing WhatsApp messages, just 10 minutes is very easy for you to maintain your record in intraday. And do not over trade. So if you write, in the day trade log, if there are 50 trades you have taken in a day, that itself shows you can just filter it out as per the date. So okay, in a day I have taken say 20 trades, 40 trades, means I am over trading. Over trading is again a factor for going continuously in a loop, fighting for losing trade to convert into the profitable trade. Sometimes you just analyze, without analyzing, you go and buy the chart wherever the price is, right? So these mistakes will be avoided if you maintain a record. If you do not maintain the record, trust me, the mistakes will get repeated. So I hope this video is for people who are serious about trading, people who really want to make money from the market. If you want to learn trading, it is not a big thing, not a rocket science. You can learn it. The biggest problem which every trader faces is psychology. Learning trading is quite easy, but learning setups are easy, but psychology is a big game. So join Midas Touch Academy. I have the batch coming up next month in the evening, 13th of June, 8 p.m. Or if you want to join offline, it is in Pune on weekends, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I am giving my Facebook page link below. Do follow the page. And if you are keen to join, there are numbers given. Please connect on those numbers and register yourself for the next batch and be a part of Midas. These are the things which I have posted in my Midas community for last week, and fantastic result been achieved. So if you want to calculate how much the profit is made, you can just calculate the value and you can just find out profit and loss for the particular week. So it's almost 1.75 lakhs approximately for 1 week. But only problem is we keep on doing monkey trading. So if you want to do professional learning, I am coming up with a mentorship program for people who are seriously interested and serious, want to be serious trader. For them, it will be advanced program wherein they will learn about psychology, management of the psychology, and position sizing. Follow my page, like, share, and subscribe the video, and comment if you like the video. Thank you so much.